Hello and welcome back to Castle Doctrine. You may be wondering why I am stood here instead of my wife. Or perhaps you're not wondering. Perhaps you immediately assumed what had happened, and you would probably be right. That's right. Having left the little love heart drawn of wires, Patricia and Johnny still here, of course. At least they aren't dead. My wife was slain. It took one episode. Though, well, more or less one day-ish. So yes, Brenda was clubbed to death. And although you can't tell, this was quite badly broken. I've adjusted the trap a little bit and already started to build something of a tomb. We're probably going to have pit traps or something. We'll make it stand out. But the new trap design. One of the problems I saw in the security files, in fact, let's go and show you those. Oh, wait. Damn it. I need to. Oh, well, I'll guess I get to show you how to solve this now. Basically, I've added an additional requirement, and in there's a chihuahua. Someone might be dissuaded from opening that door thinking it's a pit bull. I hope they would anyway, if they're not particularly observant. But now you have to turn that one on in order to allow the power, which once this has been activated will pass through, to reach these drawbridges. Just an extra layer of defense. Now then, let's go to our security tapes and I will show you what happened. So the first person who tried, Frank Kenneth Marquis, came in there with a bunch of saws, some tainted meat, and true to what I told you would probably happen, it's often the simplest traps that get people. Walked straight into a dog. Well done. But the next person, Nicholas D. Southwick, the swine, this is the murderous bastard who took out my wife. Though, I will say this for the git, he didn't kill my children. He could have, but he didn't. He did steal the money as well, so this wasn't some sort of revenge killing, or, well, I don't see why anyone would want to have revenge on me. I never kill anyone, but some sort of hate-filled, I just want to kill the wife for the sake of killing the wife sort of situation. This was clearly someone who wanted the money. So I take a small amount of consolation from that. But this bugger came straight back as well. Armed with the right tools this time. And as it happens, the system had been slightly broken from his previous visit, so he just walked straight through. That occurred after about 11 attempts. I don't know how many people have attempted it now. I'll never know how many people have attempted that one, because I've changed the design. But we're going to need a little bit more money so that we can add some more to it. I think I'm going to be working on other parts of the design for now. Let's see. Walter Eugene... Oh, wow. I think I may have been there. Bertram Guy Day. Let's check out your place. Oh. A clubbed Pitbull. And a clubbed Deirdre. An alive Jason. And an alive Jessica. Oh, they can get out now. They can walk over the corpse. That's kind of cool. Well, I'm not sure I like this place, but fortune favors the brave. Oh, well, I could possibly get back out, maybe. Dead dog, maybe. There's live dogs over there. Definitely live dogs. Ah, okay. A dead cat. And a completely busted up trap system. Fair enough. I will take your money. Oh, hey! Someone's robbing my house. Fantastic! This is what I like to see. Hopefully they die, and I get to show you the recording. Otherwise, they might just leave when they see all of the commitment traps and think, no, we don't want any of that, which would be a bit boring. But in the meantime, let's take out Dallas Michael Deck. What an interesting name. I don't like the fact that there's nothing here. Mr. Deck, have you got pit bulls running towards me? I would much prefer it if that were not the case. Okay. Softly, softly, catchy monkey, as the saying goes. Let's creep our way deeper into this place. Okay, we've found something. What is going to be here? Okay, this is some sort of commitment trap. No, it's not a commitment trap. It's probably that this is all, yeah, why controlled by some hidden thing. That is very specific, I imagine. Now then. Yeah. Okay, so there's clearly some sort of set path you need to take, or those grates all turn on. Fair enough. I accept. We will move on. I can almost guarantee that they will be 9 long. Let's see. Oh, we've gone too far. We want the 500s to the 400s if we can. Let's try this. Keith David Phillips. Okay. Mr. Phillips' house is full of dogs. Dead dogs. But, and doors. Okay. Dead dog there. Oh, there's a... Alright. Fair enough. This... Not the most effective maze in the world, but, I imagine it could dissuade quite a few people who just want something a little bit easier. That was a decent amount of money as well. Has anyone died in our trap yet? Nope. Either people are just entering and leaving, or that's one person who's desperately trying to work out what to do. Let's see. We'll try this. David Abel Wright. I don't feel too secure about this one. No. And I shouldn't feel too secure about it either. See, there's lots of options here. Now, I can't see what's over there. It could be that this is not hooked up to power, and it's literally just a... They're just dissuading you from trying by having all of these things looking like it could kill you at any moment. If that is the case, well played. Because I am completely falling for it right now and leaving your house unmolested. Though someone else seems to have taken their frustration out on their family, which I can't imagine was quite what Mr. Wright wanted. But Samuel Freeman Williams. With a name like that, I can't imagine that this is going to go well. Oh, okay. What I should do is bring a... that is going to kill me. Absolutely, no doubt that would kill me. Hello, dogs. Dogs are dead. I'd need some explosives. And, water, possibly? I could break that. I could maybe... Oh, I think there's something up there. I believe it's a dog of some sort. Probably a dog, yeah. Something's definitely moving there. I can see its shadow. Can't quite work out what it is. But perhaps I could use explosives there to break that. Maybe. I don't know. If I brought explosives, a cutting torch, and a ladder, I could completely render this system broken. It would be worth it, I think. Damn it, I can't get back into my house to bring those things. Oh well. I think that gentleman's trap will survive for a little longer. Walter James Huffman. I think I've been here, but let's check it out again. Oh no, I clearly haven't. Sandra was shot. Huh? She's carrying 275. That makes no sense. I didn't shoot her. It's not me. But someone didn't pick up her belongings. I don't know. Jacob and Meredith. Oh, what a lovely name as well. To be met with such a cruel fate. But I will leave with your money. And not get back to my house. Wow, by the time we get back to our house, we're going to have so much cash to spend on traps. That is if I don't die in some stupid way because I'm frustrated that I can't get into my home. George Thomas Grant. Wow. Someone was very frustrated with your use of dogs. Just make sure that they're all shot, clubbed. Oh, there's different animations for the shot ones as well. There's more blood from them when they're shot. That's interesting. Someone cut their way in and clubbed Brenda and Mark. How horrible. And clubbed this pit bull. I must be very, very wary of any of these guys being asleep and not clubbed. Okay. And they shot Yvette. Oh, wow. It was that easy. And a fried chihuahua. Well, Mr. Grant's house has been thoroughly broken. It would cost a fair bit to replace all of this. Someone even went to the effort of shorting the power source. Well, well. And finally, we're home with $2 grand. Let's check. Auctions? Oh, damn. No. No paintings. Alas. It would be too easy. I think this is more or less as it should be. Yes, everything is where it should be, so I can only assume that someone didn't manage to get through or died. But with all of this money, we're going to go ahead and put down some more pit bulls. And just for the sake of it, I'll also put a pit bull in there. Just because once they get in there, they're just gonna... they're more or less just gonna be stuck. Not give them any time to react. Now, I want to add that there. Well, maybe I'll just put that. Just to kind of possibly catch someone off guard while they're moving around. You never know, you know, people will die to being careless whilst walking around. I mean, hell, I could easily die from being careless while walking around. So, what do we want to do? We can put... Yeah, that's... We could do the same up here, in fact. A couple more of these pit traps. In fact, we could bring this pit trap all the way down there. Just to kind of throw people off, so they're going to have to expressly go around in order to get in there. And while we're doing that, let's go ahead and replace this wall. I know we've got all this money and I'm spending it on stuff that isn't improving the traps, but I think it adds to the feeling. It adds to the ambiance. Right. I think we're going to put a trap system up here. So we're going to need some power for that. And I'm going to put the power... We could try a little system with a chihuahua up here as well. But for that, we're probably going to need to move you. So if we put the power there, and we'll move this pit bull from in there and put him up there instead. Now, what we're going to do here is we want the power. Actually, let's move this pit bull for the time being. Let's just shift him over a little bit. We'll put you up there. So we want the switch for the power to be off by default, I would say. Put it there. No, this is getting too high up now, so we'll do this instead. There. And basically, we want this dog here. No, we need to bring all of this down, I think, because we need enough room to properly play with this system. So if we move everything down instead, we'll have this button there, turned off by default. We'll have the pit bull there, and we'll just move these things like that. Have that there, and then we'll just get rid of that. Now this should create a system where normally the pit bull is just going to be hanging around down here, but once the burglar is up over this side, when he comes over there, the pit bull should activate this. So we'll want the power to pass through by there. And we'll probably have this too thick and then just control some sort of electrified grate or something with a dead end here, effectively. Just something that they don't know where it's going to be. And yeah, that'll be the beginning of the system. And they'll access this system by going up through there instead. So that'll be another dead-end corridor for them. Now, we've spent a lot of our money on that, so we need to go and rob some more houses to get some funds here to encourage people to try and rob us. So let's just quickly set the trap up. Now, by adding those again, it's just giving, like I said, giving more opportunity for someone to click the wrong button and condemn themselves to death. And there we go. Now, let's check out our security tapes. Did anyone die? No. They must have just bummed around for a little while and then decided to leave. Damn. I can only hope that they had to waste a bunch of tools in order to cut their way out. At least it will have cost them something for the attempt that way. Now then, Harold Christopher Ha. What an interesting surname, Mr. Ha. Ah, yes, I remember this place. I would not... Oh, yeah, that's right, the Chihuahua's stuck in the concrete walls. Yeah, we're leaving. That's not going to be a good place for us to try out. Let's see. We might just go down to some of the easy ones. Just Robert Mark Pool. We'll see what we can do with your place. Oh, actually, despite it being in the 300 range, it doesn't necessarily mean that the house is going to be easy to solve. It just means that someone has already broken it and that people are regularly stealing from it as the person's earnings from their day job are filtering in. But it does usually mean that it's going to be one of the easier ones to solve. Scott, Emily, and Laurie. Oh, such a shame. Poor old Samuel. Maybe he's already been home to this ruined family and just left. And the children were clubbed as well. Laurie was shot though, so why, I don't know. Why the difference? Yeah, I mean, you could draw any sort of conclusion. Maybe they just didn't think the children were worth the price of a gun. Because in this world, guns can only shoot once. Either that, or everyone owns a gun, and the gun icon just means bullets. Bullets are incredibly expensive in the world of Castle Doctrine, and that is how they control gun crime. Well, that is, they don't control it. People still use them to kill people just for spite. Richard Theodore Bell. Let's check out your place, Mr. Bell. Your place is remarkably easy to get through. Johnny, Kimberly, and Alexis. Oh, Alexis. I haven't yet seen that name in the game before. Right, we've got a little bit of money in our bank now, and that should attract a few people. I think, well, we could continue doing a little bit more robbery. But first, I want to buy, let's see, a cutting torch. And we'll drop one of those and we'll get an explosive. And we'll get rid of one of the waters and we'll take a ladder. There we go. I think you know where I'm going to go. Or try to. I'm not sure I'll find their house, but we'll look for it. Now, will I remember the name? Mr. Deck. Was it Mr. Deck's place? No. No, it wasn't Mr. Deck's place. Okay, whose was it then? Should have made note of the name, but well, if you've not watched any of my Castle Doctrine Let's Plays before, you'll soon come to the conclusion that I'm phenomenally bad about remembering to do things like write down someone's name. Was it perhaps Mr. Wright? No. No, it was definitely not Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright's house is probably not lethal at all. It just makes you think it is. Which is the best kind of house, really. Mind games. Much more interesting than actual traps. Was it Mr... No, it wasn't Mr. Ha. Couldn't be Mr. Ha. No, Mr. Ha's house is the one that's all messed up. Damn it, there are too many names. I can't remember which one I was in earlier. I think it was an L sounding name. Lester Fanat? No, definitely not. I'm far too high in the list. Someone else has probably already been to that house and taken it out. Damn it. Okay, so let's go to Charles Robert Langston's house. See what we have there. Oh. That's, oh, they're crippled. Can I put them out of their misery? No. Can I at least send them to sleep? Oh, that's horrible. That, well, you can see what kind of character I've got. I was more worried about the dogs than I was about the shot wife. This world is twisted and it messes up your priorities. I put the blame squarely on Jason Raw for that. Let's see. We'll try Walter Eugene C. Say you. Oh crap, you scared me then, dog. You just stay there, if you will. Wow. That was quite worrisome. Okay, there's plenty of chihuahuas. Are there loads of you down there? Yeah, there were. What are you all doing? Okay. I have no idea what's going on here. I have absolutely no clue. But it looks like there is a way. Haha! Someone has done all the work for me. Thank you, whoever you were. I returned to my house with more money. Not sure what to do with it, though. I haven't really planned anything out. But, I suppose we could work more on this trap section up here. But I would like a little bit more cash before we do that. So let's see if we can get up to 2,000. Then spend 1,000, maybe 1,500 of it on that trap. Let's see. Who else wants to give me their money? Scott Robert Taylor. Okay. So Rebecca's leaving, as is Jeffrey. Oh, what a nice name. Be well, Jeffrey and Rebecca, because I can only assume by the fact that you were there on your own that your mother is dead. There is a chihuahua in there who probably just powered something up. Did you power it on? No, he's dead. Oh, okay. What about over here? I really don't want to die by falling into a pit. I've got a way out of here, so... Oh, okay, there we are. Haha! Again, someone has done all the work for me. Thank you, whoever you are who keeps doing this. I appreciate it greatly. Right, so... we've got our little commitment trap here, so let's draw this out to about there. And we're going to have... let's say concrete, I think. And a door about here, not by there. Stupid mouse. And we want 3 grates. So normally this pitbull is going to be walking around here, but when we get up here, he's going to be there. When someone steps on this, they're going to be lulled into a false sense of security, thinking, "Oh, thank goodness, I'm safe." But no, they're not. The moment they step there, they will be fried. What we have to do is make sure that they can't just look at that dog's area over there. That is ideally what we want. Though, having said that, perhaps what I could do is this. Just to make it a little bit less conspicuous. That way, if you're walking around here, you're not easily going to be able to see the dog moving around. You might see a bit of a shadow there, but you wouldn't know what that was. Unless you stood here, then you'd see a little bit more. But by doing that, you're dead because that pitbull would get you. And likewise, by standing there, this pitbull would get you. So unless they're killing the pitbulls as they go, they're probably not going to have any idea what's going on. Now, what we would like in here is another part of the commitment trap, perhaps. Let's think. Oh no, we don't actually need that, because to get power over there would be a little bit more difficult. Though, having said that, I could have power running across there and up. That way I could have a commit... Yeah, okay, we'll do that. We'll bring the power around like that. And we may as well put steel there as well. It costs less than this. And then we can have a commitment trap just by there, with a powered door by here, and a grill, and another powered pit. So they have to decide that they want to go through here. And then we'll just flesh this part out with concrete. More concrete you can put down, it just dissuades people, because saws are cheap. They're the cheapest of all of the cutting tools. So if you've got concrete and steel as your building materials, it's just going to give everyone a hard time if they're trying to break through your house. And we'll just put this there, though. We don't want it all to look intimidating by being made out of concrete and steel, at least not early on. We want to encourage people to do stupid stuff and get themselves killed. That is how we will make money. And incidentally, how you protect your children. You protect your children by getting the people who would harm them dead before they encounter your children. Alas, it is much more difficult than it would appear at first glance, as the countless number of wife corpses that I have accrued over my career playing this game would testify to. Right, so we want to activate this trap now and then go get a little bit more money so that the trap will at least lure people in. Probably enough to place another pitbull there. And then this trap will be more or less ready. I could put another pitbull up there, perhaps. That might be worth doing. Just so that anyone who's like breaking through walls and stuff just encounters the pitbulls all over the place. And then if I want to move the vault later on, like I feel that too many people have worked out, like I'm being visited by the same guy over and over again because he's worked out where the vault is or whatever, I can start moving the vault around just to mix things up, make it a little bit more difficult and dangerous. Because if he goes through the rigmarole of going down to this area and then finds, oh, wait, the vault's not there. Damn it. My path back is now blocked. That's what I would hope would happen. But enough talk. Let's get this done. Now we need to go and activate the powered pits. Or rather, allow power to move through to them. And we should be safe to just go all the way across. Now then. Let's keep an eye out for this fellow with the L name. That's all I remember. I know it's not you. You're trying to trick me. Wow. Wow, it takes a huge dive from Daniel James Davis. Oh, actually, no. Mr. Wright is at 900 as well. That number is going up, so I can only assume people are actively dying in his trap. But these seem to be static, so let's try John Paul Collier. Oh no. What a horrible sight to be greeted with. Amber and Ronnie. And Michelle. My heart bleeds for the destroyed families of this game. There's a little bit more money. No, we want to be around the 900, 800 sort of mark. So if we want to buy a dog, we're going to want about 1100 in order to really start catching people's attention. Michael Ryan Horn. Let's check out your place. It's a clubbed pitbull, Joshua, Natalie, and Nancy. Okay, that is a pit. And I was about to walk into it. Honestly, it's a lot easier to do than you might expect. That isn't a pit, though. Have I just gone... Yeah, just wasted my time. Okay. Let's go up then instead. But carefully. So I don't know when I'm going to encounter a dog. Oh, that dog's dead. Is it a vault? No? Okay. Where are your vaults? He's making good use of the space. He's certainly making me have to wander around a lot to find everything, but... oh, no, the vault's just down here. I could have just walked in. Never mind. But ultimately, you do want your house to be sprawling and complex. Because even if your trap isn't that difficult to solve, if you make it take enough time, people will get nervous about your trap and may just bail out. Again, it's mind games. As you've seen, I will walk away from a lot of traps just because they intimidate me. Cyrus William Carrigan. Let's see your place, Mr. Carrigan. Sasha and Adam. And the dog. An unnamed dog. It feels quite sad that the dogs don't get a name. They do so much. They ask for so little, and they get nothing in return, except dropped into pits, shot, clubbed, put to sleep. Yeah. It's not a good life being a guard dog. Not in this game. But there we are. We've got enough cash to drop a pitbull in here. And then we're done. Right, so in this episode, we have expanded the main trap. Made it a little bit more complicated by adding the requirement to push this trigger switch here to allow passage over these powered pits. We've got a chihuahua in there just to try and dissuade people from doing it. We've also built... well, started, I guess. It's a little monument to my dead wife, Brenda. But this trap hasn't really gotten that much more complicated. It still essentially relies on the chihuahua there tricking someone into stepping forward and dying. But we do make it a little bit more complicated to get to that stage first. We have added plenty of dead ends now, which are, well, they're not so much dead ends as they're deadly ends, considering they're full of pit bulls. But we've also added a slightly more complicated dead-end trap over here as well. So hopefully we will catch a few people in this one. And once they've spent their tools getting in here, they won't really have the tools to get out again, I'm hoping. Or even if they can, they won't have the tools then to get into my vault, so it won't matter that they've cut through walls and stuff because it'll all get reset. We've also made this one a little bit more deadly, not too much more so, but wow. Well, I'll add that there as well, just for the sake of it. Maybe I'll add another pitbull over here at some point later on. But that's it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you will join me for the next one. But until then, do take care.